Hey, what's up? Gary here. I'm going to be taking a vacation out of the country in a few days, and I want to continue to practice all of the music for my band while I'm out of the country. But I don't want to take my whole pedal board with me because right now I'm actually running a fairly decently sized system. So I am going to try to capture all of that into my Nano Cortex to be able to bring with me the smallest footprint possible with a guitar to practice with. And I wanted to bring you along for the experience to be able to make that happen. So let's go check it out. All right, so really fast. I'm not going to go into extreme detail here. I just want to show you my pedal board as it exists today. This is the pedal board that I've kind of reconfigured to be able to leverage for Mafia, and it's got everything set up just the way that it is. I use this at practice. I will use this on my live rig. This is everything and all in one. So let's briefly walk through the configuration. Just remember that in this video, the only thing that we're going to be looking at doing is simply capturing a tone preset from the Fractal with the Nano Cortex. That's the only thing I'm looking to do. But really quick, I'll run you through the signal chain just so you understand what that is for now. So I have my Shure wireless here. So my guitar input goes through the Shure wireless. We hit the Chug boost pedal here from Solar Guitars from Ola, England. I'm basically just using this just as a live tuner at this point. I will probably eventually use some of the boost capabilities and things like that later, but for now, I just wanted that live view to be able to see your tuning. Also, it's got a great dual output. So I'm using that dual output right now for a DI, Tempo Audio DI port that I have on the side of my board as well. So I can always capture my DI depending on what I'm doing. And this secondary input is that, or output rather, is going to the input on the Fractal. So we go from our Shure to the boost pedal to the Fractal. And then from the Fractal, I have a single output that goes to front of house. It's technically going to go through my IEM, get mixed, and then sent to front of house. And my secondary outputs then go to my power amp and cabinet that we play, because we play a hybrid rig where we're playing a live power amp cab as well as sending to front of house and doing that. Finally, I do have an expression pedal over here. I occasionally just use it for some pitch shifting and things of the sort, but nothing too major right now. It's just there in case I need it. Finally, and this is something I can't wait to show you later. Not ready yet, but we're going to get there. This Morningstar M6 Pro is my MIDI controller that I'm using to control all of our backing tracks with a DAW via our IEM for live stage usage. So when we're playing on stage live, I can control all the backing tracks, go back, forward, trigger whatever we like, reverse them if we have any technical difficulties or anything else, all from this unit. And it will completely control my laptop or iPad off to the side and make that happen. It's clutch. I really love this setup. I know it's, for a lot of other bigger touring bands, it's not that big of a deal, but I do love having this capability, and it's also wireless, and the wireless actually works really well. So I can't wait to do a rig rundown on that eventually too. We will get into that. But for now, like I said, all we're doing today, we just want to focus on capturing the preset that I have in this Fractal to the Nano Cortex. So let's get to looking. Okay, so it's time to get started with our capture. Today, like I mentioned, I'm going to be trying to capture the tone preset that I have on my Fractal FM3 on the Nano Cortex. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to build a input chain loop that starts with a instrument being plugged into the Nano Cortex. And then from there, we are going to output the instrument's DI out through to the input of the FM3, capture the output of the FM3 with a cab sim already installed and configured on it. And we're going to loop that back to the capture input on the Nano Cortex. So I'm going to show on the side of the screen here in just a second too, that quick signal chain so you can visualize it and kind of see what that is. But I'm not really going to dive too deep into that preset right now. Like I said, I'm just simply bringing you along to be able to see the process of capturing my preset from the FM3 and just taking a quick listen to see, hey, does this get in the ballpark of what it sounds like on the FM3 using the Nano Cortex? Hopefully, but I haven't tested this yet, so I'm bringing you along live. I wanted to show you how this is going to kind of work. So that's exactly how the wiring is right now. I have the wiring, a instrument cable going from my guitar that I'm holding right now. going to the input 1 on the Nano Cortex, and then from output 2, I'm leaving the Nano Cortex and going to the input of the Fractal. We're going through the entire signal chain of the Fractal and its configuration, and I'll give you a quick screenshot quickly on the screen here of what that preset looks like. And then I'm leaving the output that has a cab sim initiated from my FM3 to the capture input of the Nano Cortex. So that's it. That's all we got. So right now, let me go ahead, start the process of capture, and we can see where we're at. So let me go ahead and back this out on my phone, and I'm going to now set my phone to capture the screen so I can show you this, since we don't have a app to use, which is really unfortunate. I still wish that that was something that we had to use, but we don't. So here we are. All right, so at any rate, let's go ahead and start this neural capture. So I'm going to create a new neural capture. It's going to walk me through the configuration of everything to be able to make this happen. So as I mentioned, I'm following along on the screen. What you're going to see is already what I've done. Same kind of wiring output. Now that we have this fully configured, let's go ahead and see if we have any sound. I am not going to lie, I don't think there is anything to change. I was hoping I'd get in the ballpark of where these levels are. That's exactly where I want this to be. Capture in gain, as you might have seen from my other videos, and I'll just give you a quick refresher if you haven't, you want to be around the green ring with level, with it filling as much as you can with green without seeing any clipping. You don't want to see any red, and you don't want to see any blue. But if you're able to get that green all the way to the very edge, that means that you're capturing as much of that signal as possible, and it will in turn make this duplicate as much as it can to be able to do so. Right now, I think we are dang close. I'm not warmed up at all on the guitar right now, by the way. So don't expect miracles on this video. It's gonna take me a little bit, but yeah, I just wanted to test here. Maybe we'll try a little bit more, but I have a feeling we'll start clipping pretty soon here. Let's I think that's about as good as it's going to get. So let's go ahead and start the capture. You're going to hear some bleeps and some bloops and some things. I'm going to fast forward the video quickly to go through that, like always, because there's not really a lot to hear. And then once we get to the point where we have the capture, I'm just going to give you some A/B audio. You can tell me how it sounds. Okay, so the capture is complete. Let's take a look at doing some A/B testing to check that out. I'm gonna go ahead and stop my phone now because there's not really anything else to share at this point besides naming this if it actually worked. So let's check out the results. So what you're hearing right now, and it's indicated by the green light, you are hearing the neural capture. So this is what the Nano Cortex has captured from the FM3 and has determined from doing that modular kind of pass through on this this loop to be able to do the actual capture process. This is what it's come up with. Now I'm going to turn that off and go back to the FM3 so you can hear it by itself. So this is my preset on the FM3 as a pass through essentially. So you're just hearing it from the FM3. Okay, now let's go ahead and listen again to the Nano Cortex capture. That sounds pretty dang good. I think that's gonna work. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. I think that's definitely passable, at least enough to be sitting beachside and playing death metal. So awesome. That totally works. So Yeah, this is really good. I'm really happy about that. Hopefully this helps you a little bit to at least see another example of capturing high gain on the Nano Cortex. I've had mixed experiences with this in the past, and there hasn't been firmware updates on this thing for a little while too, which is, quite frankly, I'm just going to be honest with you, it's very disappointing. I'm a little disappointed in the new Neural. I expected a couple more updates there because I know a lot of people are still having issues with capturing some of these high gain tones, but this worked really well. I think that's definitely going to work for me. I can hear a little bit of the dynamics maybe aren't here, but then again, I'm listening to it through my studio monitors and things as well. I think if I'm listening in headphones, I probably won't hear that as much when I'm actually doing some of this practice and doing it. So on the fly, I think this is totally good for me. But at any rate, like I said, I just wanted to bring you along and kind of let you check out the experience. So ask me any questions in the comments below. I'm happy to be able to help you with this, but I just want to bring you along on this little journey really quick to capture my band tone to take with me on the road. See ya.